Hey everyone, Dankest Dad here, and welcome back. This time I have a Wildhearts preview for you, and you're gonna get to go behind the scenes, see maybe how the sausage is made, and how you are going to muck up your opponent's strategies with the Warter. So, the Warter is a 2-cost Might ally with 5 power, and Koopa says hello. It is wild and brave, and it says debut. Choose a creature in this field. For the rest of the round, they have no debut or ongoing effects. KO, give a friendly creature in this field +2 power. Then, for flavor text, their wallows are so deep, many people just walk over them, then get chased for a good mile or so. And, of course, last but not least is that rarity, which is legendary. So, this pig is absolutely legendary, and it's going to have a pretty legendary impact on your games. So, much like the flavor text suggests, the Warter is all about slowing your opponent down, dragging them into the mud with you, and, well, it turns out it's pretty good on its own as well, just as a proactive play. So, we'll start there. As a 2-cost ally with 5 power, Warter is right about at the benchmark of where you want to be for that cost. So already pretty efficient stats. And that KO effect means that if your opponent wants to answer the Warter with something like an Oddalt or Rapture that can be pretty efficient at taking out a wild ally, that it still will leave behind a pretty significant impact on the board. And of course, this debut effect is the main reason we're playing this pig, but it sure does deliver. And before we even go into the details, note that even if the Warter does get removed, that effect is still going to last the rest of the round. You are not going to be able to get out of it just by taking the Warter off the board. Just by being played, Warter gets its job done. So, if you look at this card that I brought here, like Pakera, Warter can come down, shut off that ongoing, and give all of this access to resources that you might not have had before and your rival might not be able to see coming. So Warter can be a bit of a power play in shutting down a card like that. It also can shut down debut effects, so if your opponent is looking to recur those somehow, that can be pretty good. And if you're looking to recur your own, the Warter can keep something locked down for a very long time, which is extra nice. Now, another thing you might notice is that this debut effect on the Warter says choose a creature. It does not say choose an ally. So, if your opponent is running a Ferocity deck with the Infernander, as maybe Randy is wont to do if you guys follow along in the server, you might see that the Warter is excellent for just tearing apart Randy's game plan. If this Infernander comes down and Warter follows right away, suddenly your opponent's not going to be able to just discard for value. They need a way to get that familiar back to the bench or to do something to make it so this effect falls off. And they most likely won't be able to do that. And it'll force them to, sort of use their cards for what they're worth and not get all this extra value off the Infernander. So the Warter can be a good way to lock down an engine like this, even on a familiar. And that's something that not a lot of other cards can claim to do. So Warter's niche is very, very strong there, and I know that I'm really excited to play with it in Might. So yeah, card is super cool. I'm really excited for the Warter, and if you think of any other synergies or anything else that I might have missed, let me know in the comments, and yeah, show me your decks. I want to see how you're going to play this card. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.